Can you believe it? How many girls the man will have intimate interactions with affects the fate of mankind. When Earth is attacked by an isekai army, countless countries will be destroyed. Only those beautiful girls equipped with special gear can fight against the isekai army, but their special gear needs to be charged, and they have to establish an intimate relationship with the male protagonist to charge their gear. Since then, the male protagonist has lived a happy and tired life. 15 years ago, there was suddenly a portal on Earth, through which the isekai army invaded the Earth and caused the destruction of many countries. 2 weeks later, the portal and the army disappeared. 15 years later, the portal appears again, and in order to fight against the isekai army, humans create hard hybrid gear. In general, only women can use hard hybrid gear, but the male protagonist Kazuna is an exception. The Strategic Defense Academy Ataraxia is an institution dedicated to studying how to fight the isekai army. Kazuna's older sister, Reiri, is the principal of Ataraxia, who arranges for Kazuna to study in Ataraxia. But when Kazuna just arrives at the academy, he gets lost. When he is exploring the way, he meets a beautiful girl named Ain, who is one of the strongest students in Ataraxia. At this time, the alarm suddenly sounds, indicating that an enemy from another world has invaded here. Ain immediately takes off her outer clothes, revealing the driving suit inside, which allows her to instantly put on the hard hybrid gear. After that, Ain immediately flies to the sky to fight the enemy. But using the hard hybrid gear will consume the energy called the hybrid heart count, and Ain's hybrid heart count is running out, so she can fight for only a short time. After fighting for a while, Ain is defeated by the enemy due to a lack of hybrid heart count and falls from the sky. To save her, Kazuna puts on his hard hybrid gear. Although he can use it, his gear is very weak, so he can only barely catch Ain. Kazuna finds Ain has been unconscious, and he doesn't know how to rescue her. Suddenly, Reiri tells him through a voice call that if he wants to save Ain, he has to have intimate interactions with her. Therefore, Kazuna follows her words and has close physical contact with her, which indeed wakes Ain up and replenishes her hybrid heart count. After waking up, Ain feels very shy and beats Kazuna away. Later, she puts on her hard hybrid gear again and fights against the enemy. With her hybrid heart count replenished, she becomes very powerful and defeats the enemy with other students. Reiri is very happy with this result, and she knows that in the future, whether humans can defeat the enemies from another world will depend on how many beautiful girls Kazuna can have intimate interactions with. The next day, Reiri gives a speech in Ataraxia, where she praises the 3 most powerful students and introduces Kazuna to everyone. At the same time, she also reveals the secret that having intimate interactions with Kazuna can increase the hybrid heart count. After that, Kazuna begins a happy new life. When he wakes up in the morning, Ain has come to his bed and wants to increase the hybrid heart count through intimacy. At this time, another beautiful girl, Heiru, also comes to his room. Heiru does not expect that Ain is also here, and she instantly feels very embarrassed and shy. Awkward, Kazuna leaves home immediately for school. When he just arrives at the academy, a student who comes from America, Eurashia, picks up a conversation with him, hoping that she can have close physical contact with him immediately in the classroom. Shy, Kazuna can only turn her down. Later, Reiri asks Kazuna to meet her in the office, where she once again stresses how important he is. She hopes that he will not be shy and try to have more intimate interactions with the beautiful girls for the sake of all mankind. Soon after, there is an urgent task, so Kazuna, Ain, Eurashia, and Heiru go out on this mission together. The 3 girls are the strongest students in the academy, and they form the strongest team named Amaterasu with Kazuna. During the mission, they are attacked by the enemies, and Ain and Heiru are trapped in a special cage. Eurashia has to fight the enemies alone, and she does her best to defeat the first group of enemies. But then more and more powerful enemies come to Earth. This time, Eurashia doesn't have enough hybrid heart count. Just as she is about to be defeated, Kazuna uses his body to block the attack for her, causing him to be injured. Seeing this, Eurashia is very moved. In order to defeat the enemies, Kazuna and Eurashia have to immediately have intimate interactions. Not long after, Eurashia's hybrid heart count is replenished, and she even becomes much more powerful than before. After she defeats the enemies, Ain and Heiru also escape the cage, and they win the battle again. When they return to Ataraxia, both Ain and Eurashia rush to have intimate interactions with Kazuna. Only Heiru is still shy and reluctant to have close physical contact with him. Heiru is a conservative girl who wants to know more about Kazuna before having intimate interactions with him. As Heiru gets to know Kazuna, she quickly develops a crush on the kind and brave boy Kazuna. Heiru is right. One day, the intimate interaction between Ain and Kazuna doesn't go well because Ain doesn't know much about Kazuna, and as a result, she fails to replenish her hybrid heart count. After that, Rari explains the principle of hard hybrid gear to Kazuna. It turns out that the person who developed the hard hybrid gear may be Kazuna's mother. She modified Kazuna's body during his childhood to allow him to use the hard hybrid gear. Kazuna's hard hybrid gear is weak in combat but has the ability to help others replenish their hybrid heart count. After that, Kazuna's mother disappeared. The hybrid heart count is actually human life energy. Once the hybrid heart count drops to 0, they will die. Life energy can also be replenished slowly by resting, but this way of replenishing is too slow. Therefore, they must have intimate interactions with Kazuna to quickly generate a lot of life energy. The more satisfied Kazuna and the girls feel when they are having close physical contact, the stronger the life energy will be. After some time, enemies from another world invade Earth again. This time there are so many enemies, and Kazuna's companions fall into a tough fight. Kazuna is anxious and wants to join the fight, but he is too weak in combat and can't help others on the battlefield. He can only stay inside the base and help the injured girls. Ain is defeated in battle and returns to base. Her hybrid heart count is very low now, but she still wants to return to the battlefield. It turns out that Ain is an orphan who joined Ataraxia after being adopted by Kazuna's mother. Ain has no childhood memories, and the only meaning of her life is to fight, so she does not want to lose. After Kazuna's appearance, Ain is very happy because Kazuna can give her a lot of hybrid heart count. However, Ain ignores Kazuna's feelings, causing their last intimate interaction to fail. Now Ain's hybrid heart count is almost exhausted, and she feels very lost, as if she has lost the meaning of her life. At this time, Kazuna tells Ain that the meaning of life is not about whether they are strong or weak in combat, but how to live. He and Ain can explore together how to live, which will make life more meaningful. With Kazuna's comfort, Ain gains confidence again. As the atmosphere becomes romantic, they can't help but have close physical contact. Satisfied, Ain replenishes her hybrid heart count and joins the battle again. She becomes much more powerful than before, and finally defeats all the enemies. After that, in Team Amaterasu, only Hayoru has not had intimate interactions with Kazuna. One day, Rari asks Kazuna to go on vacation to a luxurious spa inn. Kazuna happily goes into the hot spring, but accidentally encounters Hayoru, who then shyly drives Kazuna away. Later, they know that it was Rari who deliberately caused this accident to bring them closer. Recently, researchers in Ataraxia developed a machine named Love Room, which can simulate a variety of scenes to satisfy any hobby of Kazuna and the girls. To test the machine, Kazuna invites Eurystia into the love room. He changes several different scenes and then chooses one that excites Eurystia the most. They perform a perfect act of intimacy in this scene, and Eurystia's hybrid heart count is greatly improved. After that, Kazuna immediately invites Hayoru to the love room, but Hayoru once again declines his invitation. Soon after, a signal that a suspected enemy arrives comes from an island. The Team Amaterasu immediately heads to the island to search it. Here, they find a female warrior equipped with hard hybrid gear, Aldea, but she is not a friendly force, but an enemy of another world. Aldea is very powerful. She leads a three-headed dragon Magitech and easily defeats the Team Amaterasu. Luckily, the hard hybrid gear from another world consumes a lot on Earth and she can't chase after them, which allows the Team Amaterasu to escape. When Hayoru sees the three-headed dragon Magitech, she is very excited and eager to fight against Aldea again, but the others think that they have to be well prepared before fighting again. Hayoru leaves the base disappointed. At night, Hayoru returns to the island alone to fight Aldea. She is not as strong as Aldea and is quickly defeated, just as she is about to be killed. Her teammates in Team Amaterasu come to help. They guess that Hayoru would challenge Aldea alone, so they come to help as soon as possible. During the battle, Aldea discovers that Ain's energy is familiar to her, so she violently attacks Ain in an attempt to confirm her identity through the battle. The rest of Team Amaterasu is fighting the three-headed dragon. In order to support this battle, Rari specially transports the love room here by helicopter. Kazuna carries Hayoru into the love room. Here, Hayoru confides a story to Kazuna. She once fought the three-headed dragon, but she lost, and many citizens died. Hayoru has never forgiven herself, and guilt has kept her suppressing emotions. At the same time, she also longs for stronger power to avenge those dead people. Kazuna is willing to help her, and he changes to the scene that she likes. This time, Hayoru no longer holds back her emotion and has intimate interactions with Kazuna, gaining a lot of hybrid heart count. Hayoru once again fights the three-headed dragon and successfully kills it. Immediately after, the Team Amaterasu besieges Aldea, and they finally gain the upper hand in battle. Aldea has to summon reinforcements from another world, and reinforcements of Team Amaterasu also arrive. Aldea's superior does not want to cause a more severe conflict and orders her to retreat. The Team Amaterasu finally wins the battle. The reinforcements of Team Amaterasu come from America, and they were Eurystia's teammates. after learning that they can increase their hybrid heart count by having intimate interactions with Kazuna. These girls transfer to Ataraxia. They actively get close to Kazuna, which makes Eurystia jealous. The most active of these girls is their captain, Scarlet. On her first day in school, Scarlet wants to date Kazuna. In order to stop her, Eurystia joins them. In order to win, they go to the amusement park to play many games, but all of them end in a draw. They then compete on their figures in front of Kazuna. In the process, Scarlet suddenly brings Kazuna into the fitting room and has an intimate interaction with him. Eurystia feels very angry, so she quits the date. Kazuna can tell that Eurystia and Scarlet are well in tune with each other, but they have a bad relationship. Scarlet tells Kazuna that it is because they were once teammates, but later Eurystia betrayed the team in order to compete for military merit. Now they are not friends, but opponents. Meanwhile, Aldea informs her boss Grabble about her battle. Grabble decides to travel to Earth to fight the team Amaterasu. Grabble is more powerful than Aldea, and after she comes to Earth, she lands directly in Ataraxia. Grabble easily defeats a group of heavily armed students. Then the team Amaterasu and Scarlet arrive, and they attack Grabble together. But Grabble is not afraid at all, and she defeats everyone alone. If it weren't for the high energy consumption of the hard hybrid gear on Earth, the team Amaterasu would have all been dead. After Grabble defeats everyone, her hybrid heart count is also running out, and she has to retreat first. But everyone knows that they may not be so lucky next time. In order to defeat the mighty Grabble in the next battle, researchers from Ataraxia come up with a plan, which is to let Kazuna make out with several girls at the same time, and the doubled fun will make them stronger. This task is given to Eurystia and Scarlet, as they used to be good friends and are able to share the same man better. In the process, Eurystia tells a hidden story. In fact, she never betrayed her team. Back then, during a tough battle, Eurystia worried that her teammates would die in battle, so she sent them elsewhere. However, Eurystia was seriously injured, and after successfully defeating the strong enemy, she was misunderstood that she deliberately sent her teammates elsewhere in order to compete for military merit. Eurystia was sad, so she never defended herself. After the misunderstanding is resolved, Scarlet and Eurystia reconcile, which also makes the intimate interactions between them go better. After all of them are satisfied, Scarlet and Eurystia gain unprecedented power. Soon, Grabble attacks Ataraxia again, with Aldea and an army of mechans. After their power is enhanced, Scarlet and Eurystia burst into amazing combat power. They defeat Aldea in an instant, but Grabble is still stronger than them. Grabble defeats the team Amaterasu once again, and Earth is in crisis. At this time, Kazuna awakens new power in order to protect the girls. Kazuna's hard hybrid gear is not good at fighting at first, but it can replicate the girls' weapons after Kazuna has intimate interactions with them. Kazuna summons his companion's weapons and shoots at Grabble together, eventually defeating her. Grabble has to flee with Aldea, and the team Amaterasu wins again. Since Kazuna joined Ataraxia, the situation of war has been reversed, and it is likely that humanity will soon defeat the people from another world. The general of the Isekai army, Zelchion, decides to personally lead the most elite troops to attack Earth. However, during this time, Ain discovers that she will recall the past every time she is having intimate interactions with Kazuna, and she will feel very frightened. At night, they have close physical contact again, and Ain recalls her childhood, which puts her in fear instantly. Meanwhile, the Isekai army arrives. Surprisingly, their leader is Kazuna and Reiri's mother. 7 years ago, Kazuna's mother disappeared, and now Kazuna finally learns that she has traveled to another world. Kazuna's mother was once Earth's brightest scientist, and she left Earth to study technology of another world. Reiri orders Kazuna to bring her back to Earth, but Kazuna's mother, who appears on Earth, is just a projection. Kazuna's mother tells Kazuna that the Isekai army is heading to Japan, and she invites the team Amaterasu to go to Japan together. Reiri quickly orders the team Amaterasu to return to Ataraxia first, and they should make some preparations before fighting in Japan. After Kazuna returns to base, Reiri tells him that someone has been secretly sending her information about the technology of another world over the years. The hard hybrid gear is created based on these materials. Now she can confirm that the person who sent the information is their mother. The technology of another world originated in ancient times, and the current people in another world do not actually understand the principles of these technologies. Kazuna's mother understands these principles, so she gains a high status after she entered another world. Reiri doesn't know what her mother wants to do, and she can only ask Kazuna to be well prepared. In order to cope with the next battle, Kazuna must bring some more girls into the fight. During a short time of preparation, Kazuna makes out with his junior, Sylvia. Sylvia has always liked Kazuna, so she is very satisfied with the process and gains a lot of hybrid heart count. She will be the key to the battle. Many beautiful girls are also ready to fight. Although they do not have time to make out with Kazuna, they are full of fighting spirit, and they are also very important in battle. Before the team Amaterasu leaves for Japan, the Isekai army sends a team to attack Ataraxia. The students, except for the team Amaterasu, take the initiative to defend Ataraxia. They ask the team Amaterasu to set out as soon as possible, while they will fight against this team. So Kazuna and his teammates immediately take off and fly towards Japan. After several attacks, the Japanese mainland has been abandoned and most of the Japanese now live on a man-made island. But when Kazuna comes to Japan, he is shocked. Many people still live normally in the city, as if nothing has happened here. In fact, these scenes of the city are not real, and they are all illusions created by technology from another world. But the people here are real. They live in illusions, constantly generating life energy and providing energy for another world. This is exactly why people from another world want to invade Earth. They intend to create more areas like this, so that more people can live in illusions and become batteries for their world. To stop this brutal plan, the team Amaterasu launches an attack on the Isekai army. This time, the soldiers who attack Earth are all powerful elites, and the team Amaterasu is quickly defeated. Sylvia arrives in time, whose hard hybrid gear is large and has great combat power. Sylvia helps Kazuna fend off enemy attacks, while Kazuna helps his teammates replenish their hybrid heart count during this time. Ataraxia's troops take the opportunity to put a love room for the team Amaterasu to use. After some time, Haoru and Eurashia replenish their hybrid heart count, and they return to the battlefield. But recently, every time Ain is having intimate interactions, she will recall the past and fall into fear. Encouraged by Kazuna, Ain decides to have another close physical contact with him. This time, although she gains much hybrid heart count, she is still frightened in her heart, so she doesn't gain stronger power than before. When they leave the room, Zelchion has defeated other people. Zelchion can launch mental attacks, and she puts Kazuna's companions into painful memories. When she sees Ain, she immediately attacks her, making her faint instantly and recall the painful past. It turns out that Ain is not from this world, but from another world. When people from another world attacked Earth for the first time, Ain was injured in battle and lost her memories. Since then, she has stayed on Earth. Her true identity is the heir to the throne in another world. When his teammates are stuck in memories and unable to fight, Kazuna fights alone against Zelchion's army, and he is quickly defeated. After that, his desire to protect everyone is transmitted to the consciousness of his teammates through a strong will. They feel Kazuna's love and transmit their life energy to Kazuna through love. After Kazuna's hard hybrid gear acquires their power, it is able to replicate their weapons, with which Kazuna challenges Zelchion again. Although Kazuna fails to directly defeat Zelchion, he distracts her, and thus, Zelchion's mental attack is weakened, and Kazuna's teammates gradually wake up. Besides, after recalling her true identity, Ain doesn't choose to help the Isekai army, but remains firmly on Kazuna's side. Attacked by their joint effort, Zelchion and her team are all defeated, and people who live in illusions also wake up. Humanity has won an unprecedented great victory. With Kazuna's help, it is believed that in the near future, mankind will completely defeat the invaders of another world and return Earth to its peace. That brings the end of this anime. The setting of this anime is very interesting. Kazuna has to make out with different beautiful girls if he wants to save the world. On this premise, it is necessary for Kazuna to have his own harem. It all started when Kazuna's mother modified Kazuna's body and allowed him to gain magical abilities before she left Earth. Such maternal love is quite special. Now Kazuna's mother becomes a leader in another world, and there are no fewer beautiful girls in another world than Ataraxia. Perhaps in the future, she will help Kazuna build a harem in another world. At the end of the video, I want to ask you a question. Among all the cute and beautiful girls in Kazuna's harem, which girl is your favorite? Comment below to tell me your answers. In the end, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'll make more excellent anime recaps afterward. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.